Appreciate everybody's patience and joining us this evening. As always, we'll go to Coach for opening comments before we go to questions in the room and ending with questions on Zoom. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Well, first of all, I appreciate our fans. What an awesome environment. That was really cool. 20 years, 20th season here, and to be able to, experience. It's already a great environment, already a great atmosphere, already an unbelievable experience to, come down the hill and all that. But, man, that was pretty cool. And so I think our players loved it, and it was just great energy out there. So I appreciate our fans giving us a great environment. I'm really proud of our team. We're getting better. We're not a great team yet because, again, great teams don't do some of the things that we did tonight. But, man, these guys will compete, and I love it. We got a lot to coach, but, certainly a fun game to be a part of. And a lot of guys out, man. A lot of guys. And so it's a blessing to be able to get the amount of guys that we played experience, especially defensively. We ended up having like 6 guys out, 6 starters out with Sherry went out. So just great experience for a bunch of young guys, in critical situations, and a lot that we got to improve on. We're doing a great job against the run and just got to, keep battling. But, man, 4 turnovers. And then we had a stop on downs. That's 5. And then we blocked a kick and got the turnover, even though we gave it back. So really 6 turnovers, doing a lot of good things. And, again, I think we had 12 pass breakups, and that's the most we've ever had since I've been the head coach. So we got a lot of bad we can talk about, a lot of things we got to clean up. But, man, we did a lot of good things. And, again, just – seeing Pride out there, seeing J. Lou out there, seeing, young D lineman out there, seeing, all the safety, seeing Koval out there. I mean, we're getting some guys that are really talented and kind of our future, getting them a lot of opportunity. So it was good. It was good on that standpoint. And, again, opportunity to really coach our team. And if we'll be a coachable group, I think we can really make a big jump, as a team. So a lot of good things. Again, the turnovers were awesome, and I'm just really proud of how they competed. I didn't like how we finished defensively there at the end. We got a little sloppy, but and the same thing with our. We tried to want to get Cade as much time, and we tried to get some of those 2s in there, and we just kind of fiddled around a little bit. And I didn't like how we were playing. And the cool thing is we put the 1s back in, and they went right back down the field. And it was awesome. That was really good to see. They'd been kind of standing over there, and they go right back in and took it over. So just a lot of good things, man. Offensively, great balance. I think we lead the nation in red zone. We're 6-6 again tonight. So last year we weren't great in the red zone. After 3 games, we're doing a great job. Last year we were terrible on 3rd down. After 3 games, man, we've been really, really good on 3rd down, and that's a positive. We could not hardly throw for a 1st down last year. We're much better. We're still leaving a little chicken on the bone. There's still more out there for us, but, man, I love how we're competing. And no sacks again this week. The 1 sack was on DJ. That was not on OL. No turnovers. So a lot of good things. All 3 backs found the end zone, and, man, Shipley was awesome. I think they said that's the first time since at least 1950 to have a multiple touchdown guy 3 games in a row, first 3 games. And then Bo Collins, 3 touchdowns, 3 games. That hadn't happened since Sammy Watkins, 2011. 0. Got his first touchdown. How about Adam Randall coming back and, getting back out there, and he got his first touch and just getting a chance to just get a little bit of a taste of playing. And, so a lot of good things in the game. We blocked another kick. That's 3 blocks in 3 games. Our record, I think, was 16. We blocked 5 all year. And so we're already at 3. So I love what we're doing there, 2 block punts and a block field goal. And we just got to clean up some things. When you get the turnovers, so, I mean, what did we have coming into this game? Was it 3 or 4 coming into this game? Takeaways? It was 3 or 4. And so you pile up some turnovers. So the one thing we got to learn is when you get the ball on defense, you're now on offense. So you can't hold. You can't hit people in the back. and we can't give it back to them. So a good opportunity to coach these guys because we're going to get the ball, and so we gotta understand, because that was a really I thought a pivotal moment. It kind of deflated everybody and gave them a new set of downs, and then really took a lot of time. And I think we only had 4 possessions with like 3 minutes left in the half, and then we had 2 quick 1 minute type drives there where we didn't really do anything. But but a lot of good, man, a lot of good in the game, and just proud of our guys for being 3-0. We got a tough road trip this week. Wake Forest is the Atlantic Division champion, and until somebody does something about it. So that's going to start this week. Our next goal is to win the division, and if we're going to win it, we got to go to Wake, and we got to play a heck of a ball game. So excited about that. And I want to just say that how encouraged I was tonight by just the class of Coach Cumbie and La Tech. It's really encouraging. You hear so much bad. You don't oftentimes get to hear the good. There's a lot of good, but unfortunately the bad usually gets the headlines. But man, I'm gonna tell you, just as a human being, I was super encouraged tonight. So, of course, Coach came out there and had an Ella Strong shirt on, and then he gave me a letter that he wrote Brian. And then after the game, I got a letter from the entire team. The entire team took the time to write Brian and his family a letter. And, man, that's everything that's good about college football. And I've never met Coach Cumbie, but I'll be a fan of his for the rest of his career. And as I told him after the game, this right here is why he's going to be successful, because that really tells me how he's wired and how he thinks. And, I'll be pulling for him forever. I really, really appreciate their kindness, their thoughtfulness, and then just sharing in the pain with the Brzee family. Somebody they don't know, but to me that's a beautiful thing in college athletics. And man, I just really want to thank Sonny and his team for that gesture and taking the time to do that. I know this will mean a lot to Brian and his family. So it was a tough week, and we'll have a tough week this week with the funeral on Tuesday. But it's going to be a celebration of this sweet young lady that for the last 18 months has really battled with everything that she had. And so we'll celebrate her life, and Brian will be back tomorrow. He'll be practicing on Monday, and we got a big group that'll go up for the funeral, and kind of adjust our schedule a little bit this week. But thankful we'll have the opportunity to be there with them, and with that, I'll take your questions.
Coach, 13-6 at the half, seemed like they really came out of the locker room with an edge about them. Outscored them 21-0 in the third quarter. What did you say to your guys in the locker room? Yeah, I mean, it felt different than it was. We missed a few plays. Really, if we do what we need to do, it's 21-6, and it probably, it feels a little different. But I just told them, hey, it's 4 quarters, guys. Let's don't get frustrated. Let's go play. Let's see if we can clean up some things in the third quarter. And man, we go right out. And again, turnover, downs, touchdown. And it was just awesome. And that's complimentary football. That's what it looks like. Y'all got a chance to see what it looks like. You got a chance to see what it don't look like too. But it was our best game, from that standpoint, in the 3 that we've had, as far as just truly being able to, play a little more complimentary football. We didn't do it for 4 quarters, but we got better, and we'll have to play our best game this week, and especially as we get into conference play, division play. We'll have to clean up some things. And again, I'm thankful we'll be getting some guys back. Again, there've been a lot of dudes not playing, so in the long run that'll make us better. But it'd be good to get some of these guys back.
How confident are you that all those injured guys will be back?
you know, I don't know. We'll see. I feel good about some of them. There might be a couple that may be all the way down to game time. I don't know, but they'll be close. You know, Sherry went out again tonight, had a little stinger again, so we'll see where he is tomorrow. So look forward to getting him back. He just fell at practice and kind of dislocated his elbow, but it went right back in. But you know, nothing broken or anything like that. But just, you know, he's gonna probably have to play with a brace on a little bit to where it can't lock out all the way. So we'll have to protect him a little bit. But he's a tough. That's a tough. He wanted to play today. He's a tough nut. But you know, so you know they'll reevaluate him and see where he is. And again, just you know, get the right type of brace for him, so his elbow won't come all the way extended, so it can kind of heal up. And as the season goes, they'll slowly unlock it and take it off. But it just fell. Just kind of came down wrong. But again, nobody that's got any type of long-term serious, you know, injury that's going to make them miss a lot of time. But just kind of some normal football stuff.
What about Trey and Nate? Were they?
Yeah, Trey just nursing that knee a little bit. Just kind of was a little sore on him, and so you know decided to hold him. But I think he'll be ready to go. Tyler probably could have played tonight, so hopefully we'll have him rolling, and then we'll see where XT is as well. Nate, you know, Nate had a little hip flexor, so just some football stuff. You know, like I said, nothing that's long-term or anything like that. But, man, hopefully we can get some of these guys back and get back to full strength. We really haven't been at full strength yet with some of these guys that we've had out.
Coach Maskell doesn't get as much press as some of the other guys, but he came up with a big stop. I think it was on 4th down tonight. How about the season that he's had so far, especially with XT out?
He's done a great job. I mean, he's a really good player, and he's been one of those guys that has gotten better every year. And just plays hard, plays tough. He's physical. You know, again, we've been able to play all those guys. I mean, it's been good. Swint's getting a lot of time. Wish he'd have gotten in there and scored tonight, but you know, so we've done a good job as far as you know building some depth and getting some guys experience in these first 3 games. Some of it's been a little forced on us, but again, as we get ready to really jump into conference play, I think it's something that'll make us better. But I'm proud of Maskell.
Are you seeing Brandon Streeter really get kind of comfortable and you just feel better about what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job. I mean, my biggest thing is, you know, are we putting him in position to be successful? You know, and is it there? You know, so, you know, coming into this game, we'd had 24 drives and scored on 12, which is good. And we had 3 that you just say, okay, man, wish we'd have called that different, or defense kind of had us, really wasn't there, which that's good. You know, you're going to have some of that. But we had 9 possessions that, you know, we as I say, lost to Clemson. And you know, that's where we got to kind of grow. And I thought we got better tonight. Even though we left probably another 100+ yards out there on just a few plays that were a little off that we missed. But, you know, good balance, made some good adjustments. You know, they've had the opportunity to be successful. And, you know, last year we had to manufacture a lot. This year, you know, it's there. We just got to do it. You know, just got to do it. But it's there. You know, last year it wasn't always there. Because, you know, it was just a different challenge. But so, man, he's done a really good job, he and the staff, in putting them in position to be successful and just growing, man. Guys are getting better, and I'm starting to see some confidence. And, you know, we've got an inexperienced group of receivers that are gaining a ton of confidence. And as that continues to grow with the combination of what we have at tight end and those running backs, we can be a really good group. You know, we're very much a work in progress, but we're getting better. I thought we closed the gap a little bit tonight. So we just got to keep building. And when you hit a little bad stretch, you just got to keep fighting through it. And I love how DJ's competing. You know, he's competing his butt off, man. Averaged 7 yards a carry again tonight. I think 6.9. You know, he's making some really good decisions in the run game. He was a little frustrated in the first half because he missed a couple throws that you know, we didn't quite have a little chance to touch it, you know, and those probably would have made a couple more plays. But man, he made some big ones too. Made some great throw. That throw to that gum Antonio was unbelievable. The throw to Ngata and the catch by Ngata. I mean, it was awesome. What a big play that was. So again, we're doing some good things. Love seeing our tight ends involved, and man, they're weapons, and all three of those backs have shown they can win for us. And we're growing up a little bit. I'm excited to watch this tape. There'll be some good things that we'll see, but also a lot that we can keep coaching and improve. And always better to be able to coach after a win. That's for sure.
Dabo, with Antonio Williams, he had a couple more big catches. Just how nice was that to see? And then I think he only had 2 targets. Would you like to try to give him a little?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he had more opportunity, but you know, sometimes you can't always dictate where the ball's going to go. A lot of it's the one big one, they went cover 0 on us, and you know, really trying to challenge us. And what a great throw and a great catch, you know, and a great decision, you know, by DJ, but a really good release, good recognition by a young player that, you know, they had nobody on the roof. A great job giving him the eyes and finding the ball, and he attacks it. But yeah, he's, you know, 3 games, you know, that's part of what this is all about, is evaluating your team, learning about your team. And he certainly has shown that hey, he's going to be a guy that's you know, we can count on, you know, as we go through this conference play.
Seems like quite a few examples of receivers running free. Are the safeties giving too much cushion, or are there some miscommunications?
We had a few miscommunications out there, and you know, we'll watch the tape, and we had a couple times where we you know, just didn't drop where we were supposed to be, didn't get under a couple throws, some drop 8 stuff that we did. But you know, again, nothing that's not correctable or coachable.
Coach, today was really a success by committee on both sides of the ball. The running backs and receivers, just as groups, were very successful. Big plays, big runs, and then on defense, you had the linebackers and defense backs just playing great together with the turnovers. I mean, how do you kind of wrap that all up in review on how the committees, the playmakers, were able to have such a successful night?
Well, I mean, again, the name of the game is to win it. I mean, and we did that, and it took an effort by everyone. It's good to see so many people involved, because it just, again, builds confidence. It's good to play as a lot of the people that we've been playing, especially in critical game situations, because you know, that's how you grow. That's how you get better. But man, we're doing a lot of good things. I thought Miles showed up tonight and played a little better. You know, Rook's been a presence out there. I'm really pleased with our linebackers. You know, we got our hands on some balls today. But yeah, there's plenty that we got to. You know, we did a much better job on 3rd down. You know, we had a really good game in Georgia Tech, and then obviously we were awful on 3rd down against Furman. But come right back tonight, 5 of 15. So you know, people are probably going to have a hard time running the ball consistently on us. They may pop one here, pop one there, but just really consistently. So I mean, they threw it, I don't even know how many times, it was a lot. But a lot of quick game. We did a much better job on the screens tonight, much better job. So I was really pleased with that. So yeah, just some drops, some leverage, eyes on the right things, understanding the down and distance, you know, just kind of, you know, some of those young guys just really kind of growing their confidence a little bit in the moment. So they'll make big improvements from it, for sure. And then we continue to do a good job in the red zone. It was unfortunate they got that last score, but you know, we've done a nice job in the red zone really all year.
Coach, just one interception for DJ in 3 games, and that was on a deflection. I guess that's just a product of not only his accuracy but decision making.
Yeah, I mean he's gaining confidence, man, and I mean he's starting to get his swagger back, and it's really good to see that. He's being smart with the ball, you know. And the interception, I mean, he shouldn't have thrown it, but you know it takes 2 to tango, and you know, but he's been a good decision maker. I mean, what he's done in the run game is really good to see, and that's been different. And again, just continuing to just settle in. I love how he's shown up ready. Again, we've had, you know, the last 2 games, we've gotten off to good starts. That's really good to see, really encouraging. He's shown up ready. So I'm proud of him. I mean, he's again, still got a lot of room to improve, but he has done just that after 3 games. I mean, he's heading in the right direction.
In addition to what he gives you in the design run game, if he can pull on the zone reads and be a threat
Yep.
that way like
Yep.
he did tonight, how
Yep.
much does that open things up?
Absolutely, because you know they got to defend that, and you know it's an area that we didn't really just. And he was hurt last year. He had a bum knee and all that stuff down the stretch. I mean, I still think about I think it was Louisville, him hobbling in the end zone on that one play. But yeah, I mean, it just when your quarterback is somebody that has to be accounted for, it's like playing with 12. You know, it's a little bit of an equalizer, and you know, but he's just really conscientious, and he's a very willing runner, and he recognizes that he can be a weapon. You know, he really can, and he's made some great runs, but he's making good decisions. His ball handling has been much better. His fakes have been much better. Just his effort in carrying things out has been, you know, really good. He's just been really mindful on all the little things, and he's seeing. You know, we've missed a few throws, but he's processing things the way he needs to. You know, the play he made to Davis Allen down there. I mean, that's a great football play. You know, and I mean, he went through his progression. He came back. I mean, that was a critical conversion right there. He's just doing a lot of good stuff. So I mean, you know, when he's his biggest critic, I mean, he'll see a lot that you know, he's going to feel like, man, I was just off on that, or you know, could have done better here or there. But he's providing excellent leadership, and you know, we got Cade in there. Well, it was third quarter still, right? Was it right at the end of the third quarter? And we really wanted to let him play, and you know, because he just needs to play, you know, because it's different than practice, especially with him getting hit. He can get hit, and he made a bad decision on it was like I don't know, it was a second and something, you know, and he pulled it. And he's got 3 guys out there. It's like a party, right? Party at the ball. And, you know, so it happens fast in the game. And he's done that his whole life. But and he's been great in practice. But it's just great experience for him. It's really, really good experience. And, you know, so the more we can do with that is great. And then I'm thankful that we were able to get Hunter Johnson in there. What you told me it was 1,750 days since Hunter Johnson played for the Tigers. So that was pretty cool being able to get him out there. And I'll tell you what, Dominique and Keith Adams, y'all got a chance to see what them 2 are all about. That's 2 bowling balls right there now that have a really good feel, you know, for how to run the football, you know, with some power. So I was just encouraged to get as many guys in there as we did. And again, when they punched that one in and we put the ones back in, it was great to see them go right down the field. I think that was awesome. That's how you finish. And then we got another turnover, and then you know, Cade and them got a chance with that second group to go back out, and they punched it in. So just again, a lot of good experience, a lot of things that we can teach off of and build. And you know, we're not perfect. We're not. You know, the Chiefs just yet, but we are getting better. We're getting better. Just got to keep working.
What are the areas offensively you feel like maybe need to be shored up to?
Well, we just missed a few plays that we're going to need to make. You know, there was a few plays that if we're going to win the division, we'll have to make. and we made some great ones, but there's a few that we'll need to make, as we keep progressing. And we need to continue to be able to, run the football the way we did tonight. I mean, Shipley was awesome. The offensive line was outstanding. So, just continue to build on that. Turn a couple of those field goals into touchdowns. And again, that kind of speaks to what I said earlier. Just there's a couple more missed plays where we were just off that for us to really get where we need to be, we'll have to make a couple more. But we're taking care of the ball. Pleased with that. Our quarterback's staying upright. We've had no sacks on the offensive line. We had one in the Georgia Tech game, none last week, none this week on the OL. So, that's a positive. Again, there's I think we had one drop that I can remember, we just take advantage of the opportunities that are there.
This is the end of the first quarter, so where you think you wanted to be at the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, I think we've settled in. That's kind of what I think we needed to do. We needed to kind of settle in a little bit and learn about our team, grow up a little bit. I'm thankful that we've been able to have some adversity and have some challenges and have to kind of battle a little bit. We're a lot more battle tested than we were starting out, that's for sure. And again, I think we as coaches know more about our guys, and we've gotten a lot of guys some experience. So we've kind of settled in a little bit. But as we get into this next little stretch here, we've got to apply the lessons. We've got to show some wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. So we got to show some wisdom as we get on the road. Wake Forest is a well-coached team and usually don't beat themselves, and we've got to play well and play clean.
Little stiff arm there by Cade, illustrative of the muscle he's put on since.
Yeah, he can run. I mean, y'all obviously see his speed. I mean, he got around that corner over there. I mean, he can really, really run. And as he continues to physically develop, and he can really throw it too, but he'll be the total package when it's all said and done. And again, so we've got a chance to get him in, all 3 games, and so that's a positive. We just got to keep building, keep bringing him along, and make sure he's ready to roll, because he's got to be ready to go win the game for us.
Anna or Scott, any questions from Zoom? Anybody else in the room?
No, Peyton Page went down for a second there. Is he okay? What's his status?
Yeah, he's back. He came back and played. He was just sore for a minute there, but he came back and finished.
Hey, Dabo, I actually do have a quick question. So that sack, that should have been on Kobe Pace. If it wasn't on Marcus Tate.
No, it was on DJ. He was hot.
Oh,
It was hot. He was hot.
thank you.
Anybody else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it.